late, I got the lurking, and they hate cats. Pockets stay fat, I got the from the block and they scamming, they know what bank said. I got the work on the avenue.
All right, much appreciated, Coach, as we welcome all of you to our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Today we continue on in Wild Card Weekend with a great AFC matchup between the Denver Broncos and the New York Jets. The battle for the Lamar Hunt Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC Wild Card game. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The drive starts with a run by Cobb. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he'll be tackled right on the midfield logo. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge. So
from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Even with the good footwork, he'll be stopped just inside the 35-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. The former Clemson Tiger, Sharon Peake, was the target. And that'll make it 3rd down.
Lucky 56. Back 99 Philly. Here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
And Myers able to knock it through, and the Jets hit the board first. It's 3-0. So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense just get settled in.
Keenum going to lead the Broncos up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Down. Hey, on your arm. On your arm. 22.
On 2nd down, here's Keenum. Left side here to Sanders. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A very solid gain of 27.
Let's go.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through.
Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 10, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
After the interception, here's Darnold. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it, and it took the ball off course.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit!
On 2nd and 10, Darnold finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he gets it up to the 10-yard line here. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and they're going to have a third down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gun!
To throw is Darnold. He gets it here to Pete. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far is working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Lucky 56.
Here's Darnold now on 2nd down. And the Broncos get there and take him down.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. Throwing here on 3rd down. Darnold flush to his right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series, they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Yeah, we're good, we're good. We go 52.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Hey, let's go, let's go, let's go. Roger, roger, roger. Very left, very left. Man down. Hey, all right. Roger, roger, roger. Hey, orange, orange. Orange, orange. Hey, go, Roger.
On 2nd down, here's Keenum. The 20, Emmanuel Sanders, and all the way home for a Broncos score. Emmanuel Sanders, 48 yards, and the Broncos have taken the early lead. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. Back alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Bronco football to begin quarter number 2, as we'll see one following the score on the final play before break. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Now the Jets offense about set to take over as they head onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. That one goes for 24 yards.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little game. That's caught inside the 20. And he takes this in the red zone all the way inside Denver's 15. That one goes for 36 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. Actually broke that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they've wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Second and goal from the 6 this time. He'll get it up the middle. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. T.J. Yeldon, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Jets are able to strike for 6.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
And Denver getting set to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They begin the drive with Johnson. And he powers his way up past the 30. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Down.
To throw on second down is Keenum. On the crossing route, he hits Demaryius Thomas. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A gain of 32 that time.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Hey, go, Roger. All right, 53. Roger. Hey, down. Hey, go, Roger.
They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone.
Let's go. Roger. Very loud. All right.
Throwing on 1st down is Keenum. Dancing to his left. Caught here by Conley. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. The things got a little dicey there as soon as he exited the pocket out to the left.
And he ends up throwing it for no yardage gain. I don't know about you, but my high school coach, John Ford, if he saw a ball in the air and you got no yards out of it, he would have had a stroke, okay? Because his opinion, that ball shouldn't be in the air unless something good was going to happen. Tuck it away, try and pick up something, or just slide and get down.
Nothing good happened there, that's for sure. His 2nd catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a 1st down. Two minutes to play here in the 1st half. Back with more AFC playoff action after this timeout. Broncos with their first trip to the red zone thus far. It's 1st and 10 at the 14.
Hey, go, Roger. All right.
They go back to the ground to Johnson. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Earlier this half, you were wondering how the defense was going to handle him defensively. Were they going to bottle him up at different levels, so to speak, is what you said. What have you seen so far?
Well, I think they've been absolutely terrific because it feels like on every play, if we were watching this in the film room, when he clicked off the film or stopped it, you would see 11 shirts of that same color right there in the frame trying to tackle him. That's what you're looking for.
Now Keenum throwing on 2nd. Got his man. It's Thomas. Touchdown, Denver. Demaryius Thomas from 10 yards out. And the Broncos are in for 6. And that makes it 14-10. Now McManus on to kick this one off. And New York set to take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
They begin the drive on the ground with Kyle. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. Right back to him on 1st down. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Some runs are blocked so well, You almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
In the pocket, chucked it away, flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long.
Detroit!
Off of play action, Darnold rolling to his right. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
Gun!
3rd and long, it's Darnold. Found his target, it's Anderson. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Robbie Anderson, 54 yards. And the Jets are able to strike for 6.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown.
Ray looking forward.
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
On 1st and 10, Keenum. And Sutton hauls it in over the middle. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
Down. Very left.
On 1st down, Keenum. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Keenum now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10.
Down. Hey,
A shotgun snap for Keenum. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
So on now is Brandon McManus. He has hit from as far away as 57, but that was in Denver. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. So we're at halftime of this AF. And now due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You're probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect. But overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Out of the gun, Keenum. Underneath for Johnson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Keenum now on first down. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. A gain of 6 there on first.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
Here's Keenum now on second down. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. So, Charles, tying game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
Keenum to throw again. Steps away to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And he slides to avoid the hit. Denver has the first down. The play going for 15 yards.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Oh, look at Thomas wide open. He got 29 yards that time.
He's come a long way since his time at Georgia Tech. What did he run at Tech? He ran hitches and go routes, essentially.
Yeah.
I mean, but he ran them really well. He averaged well over 20 yards a catch while he was there. And he still creates downfield in the NFL. That big body and that willingness to go catch the football. He's pretty impressive.
And his friends call him Bebe, the nickname his uncle gave him back in the day. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Keenum to throw on second down. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. Emmanuel Sanders, the intended receiver. And it's third down.
I know in every game we do, we talk about momentum. That was a momentum play lost. And now there could be a letdown because they didn't get the interception.
Yeah, you could almost hear the collective gasp on the sideline as he could not come up with that football. Dumping it off for Johnson. Give him 8 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
A short game that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They come out here in the eye. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he's not even going to come close to picking up the first. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage. And you wonder, Charles, could that decision come back to haunt them later?
And it really could, because in this situation, you kick the field goal in a tight game like this, that's a good play. But maybe what he's saying to himself is, I'm just not a big proponent of the old idea that any possession that ends in a kick, I'm happy with. He wanted to be really aggressive.
A little twist here in the third quarter. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Faking the give, Darnold. He completes it to Pete. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him, and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Leopard! Leopard!
They stay on the ground with Cobb. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. The Jets on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Gone! Watch it now, Barney! Detroit!
The shotgun snap for Darnold. Hauled in by Anderson, left side. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A pickup of 24 on the third down conversion. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
All right, now, lucky 56.
On second down, Darnold. Anunwa's got it, complete. Still shedding tackles. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
As we continue to advance in the NFL, as people continue to scout players, they really don't care as much about body types as they care about those guys who can make people miss, run through tackles, and gain all that additional run after catch. Anybody who has that ability, they want them on their team.
All right, now, lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56.
Darnold from the red zone now. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll make this a second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
A field goal would get them the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on third down. Back now here on EA Sports. The Jets on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56.
Back to throw, Darnold. He may try and run for this. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the first down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the 4th quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. They get it to him running left, and they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
No. Check. Patriot.
Darnold on 3rd and goal. Flushed out right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Derek Wolfe in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to break our 4th quarter tie. And Myers able to knock it through. And with that, they take the lead here 20-17. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
A simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position where we were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence, not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. They'll fake the give. Now Keenum. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Zadarius Smith. He's the one who finally gets him down for what will wind up being a loss of 16 yards. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Keenum now to throw. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
The Jets offense now works their way back onto the field. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. Remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
Hey, I got number 80. I got number 80. Back 99 Philly. Here we go. Leopard. Leopard. Slam, slam, slam. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
Here's Darnold now on 2nd down. Eluding the pressure right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
Detroit! Detroit! Detroit!
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Escaping the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down at a 21-yard gain. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Leopard! Leopard! Gone, gone! Gone, gone!
They go play action here on 1st down. Wide open receiver complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football.
Detroit! Detroit!
Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. On the toss, here's Khan. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. 2nd and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming. And Darnold wants to throw the football. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. They do tack on the extra point as well, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Here's Myers now to kick it away. And Denver getting set to take the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Now Keenum. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Roger, Roger, Roger. Hey, go Roger. Hey, orange, orange. Orange, orange. 22. 22.
Keenum now to throw. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
22.
Keenum to throw. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long.
Roger, Roger, Roger. No, Roger, Roger.
Keenum. Left side here to Sanders. 12 yards is the pickup there, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. The Broncos in the hurry-up try to get to their positions and get set quickly.
22.
Now Keenum. And Sutton hauls it in over the middle. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 12 yards on back-to-back plays there, and that's another first down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
A good pickup there, 26 yards. Of course, remember, you need a touchdown here and a field goal.
Doesn't matter the order, but they have to get it done and get it done fast.
Sutton drilling it in on the left side. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game.
Let's go, Roger. Very left, very left. On 53. Hey, orange.
Now it's Keenum. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off Byron Jones. And he'll take it all the way out near the 30-yard line. He was trying to hit Thomas that time.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
They'll start the drive with a give to Khan. Space to maneuver at the 40. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column.
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. It doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
They said beginning